Greetings, YouTube. Let me say right out from the gate, boycotting Tesla is not illegal. Boycotts themselves are not illegal. Don't buy Teslas. The guy that owns Tesla is an ass. He's dangerous, he's a Nazi, and he's doing everything in his power to dismantle the entire United States government illegally. He doesn't have a department. Departments are created by Congress. He was never appointed by Congress to a department that they did not create. Every action he is taking is illegal. And yet, because Trump controls all the branches of the government, there's no one to prosecute him. That doesn't mean what he's doing is not illegal, because it is. It violates the law. And his company sucks. His cars are so goddamn dangerous. They're worse than the old Ford Pintos. Working at a Tesla plant is so much more dangerous than working in any other kind of auto facility. His vehicles are terrible. I heard an announcement they just recalled like 380,000 of the friggin' things for some problem. They're pieces of shit, folks. Get rid of them. And if you want to boycott them, cool. And to all those out there who are, say, taking action against Teslas, who may be doing things less than legal, I can't say I agree with them, but I sure as shit understand. They just burned down a dealership in France. Oh, so sad. And his business is tanking at the moment. I mean, Germany lost, 46% of their sales in a month? His business is tanking. I'm sure that the board of directors is sweating frigging bullets right now because they realize that the guy that owns the company is their biggest liability. And remember, he didn't invent shit. He just bought it. He buys things and pretends he invented them because he has an ego that's as fragile as spun glass. He needs the whole world to think of him as some kind of a genius, and all he is a spoiled rich boy who apparently has a ketamine addiction. And yet, he's the guy in charge of deciding whether people will get their Social Security checks. And people apparently don't have a problem with that. The Red Caps are okay with the fact that they're very shortly not going to be getting any money from the government because the guy they voted into power has put some South African Nazi in charge of their money. Did the Nazi think that maybe that was a bad decision on their part? And maybe they should say, hey, why don't we get that guy out of power? Why don't we send him packing? Because, he did violate his student visa. So why was it okay for him to do that? Other people violate their student visas, they get kicked out of the country. I say we should kick him out of the country. Send him back to South Africa. Oh, by the way, do you know why he came originally to Canada at 17 and then eventually the United States? Because he wanted to avoid the mandatory military service in South Africa. So just like Trump, he's a fucking coward. And a Nazi. Then again, those are synonymous. You can't be a Nazi and not be a coward. So yes, let's get rid of Muskrat. And I got to tell you, it stuns me that the Red Caps have not done anything about this. But in the meantime, boycott Tesla. Drive them out of business. Make their vehicles absolutely worthless and just stacking up in some trash heap someplace. Because they're goddamn dangerous, they're not good cars, and the guy who owns the place is an asshole.